Okay, time for a new video. What we have here today is one of those Connex CX4300-300s, meaning basically Connex with a 4-pill amp built onto it. This was brought in to me for a repair. He says it cuts in and out on him, so that's pretty much telling me it's a loose solder joint in it. Right now it's presently working, but I'll get the lids off of it and check it all out. I mean, these things are common for loose solder joints in it. There's other things they're common for too, but from a repair standpoint, you know, I don't see it in all of them, so we'll just leave it at that. But basically, this is what we got. Matter of fact, I'll tell you what. Let me grab some other slugs because I know I only got my 50 and 100 over here. So let's look in here and get us a couple slugs. So we'll go for this in the 250. Matter of fact, while I got this open, 5,000 and out of 50. Alright. Well, what we'll do here is I'm going to start off. Let me see if we can't kind of see the meter a little bit. I got my wires everywhere. I'm not one of those fancy-dancy clean-up workbench type of guys. We work here. We don't need to put on a show. So this is what we got. About a 4-watt dead key right now. What I expect. Put in the corner. So give me a second. We'll move on up. I don't think anything's ever been done on the radio, but I don't know. Oh yeah. Okay, there we go. So we've tapped out 100. We got a 100-watt slug in there right now. 4-watt dead key. Oh yeah. And it's showing 60. Now I know this thing's got RF power on it. So give me a second. Let's look at it. Okay. Let's see if we can adjust this up a little. See where they got this thing at. Wow. The most of the dead key is 8. Who the hell did that? Why would you want a 4-pill radio to dead key only 8 watts? That's kind of stupid. That don't make any sense. Okay. Oh, yeah. So 80. That's what we're getting out of it. 80 on the bird. Let me get inside this thing and we'll be back. Well, I wanted to check the frequency. Yeah, a little off. Which ain't uncommon for these radios. I ain't never seen one on frequency yet. That should be 500, or at least the last digit as close to 0 as possible. It doesn't have to be exact. You're really more worried about where that 48 is more than that last digit. But I get kind of freaky. But we'll be back. Well, I called the fella and he explained to me that he had taken this to another shop for the same issue, that it was cutting in and out on him. And when I get up underneath this radio, I see that somebody tried to resolder some solder joints in it. I don't know how clear you can see that, but they put a Sharpie mark around an area and then another Sharpie mark around an area. Okay, well the funny thing is let me see if we can't point this out. There's a couple places. Here's one. He didn't solder it all the way. Oh, where the hell am I at? Oh, here we are. I mean, look at that. If you're going to fix cold solder joints, at least solder it all the way. Come on, man. And then they're boogers, you know. I mean, that's booger work. See all the clumps? It should be flown, just like factory does. Flow to solder, not just clump it up. The worst part is in this area here, there's beeswax from the factory. And a lot of times what happens is when they do this boogering type of stuff, they've heated it up so much that they've sucked the beeswax up into the solder, which screws the connection up because the beeswax and the solder don't mix. The other thing I noticed is this has got some kind of modification on it, but I haven't turned the other side of the radio over to look because, let me see where we at. That's another booger. So that's telling me that somebody's done some kind of mod here, which I'm thinking is the good old truck stop swing kit. So we'll go, when I get on that side of it, I'll look and see what the hell it is. I mean, just some garbage. These guys, you know, get a car battery, dosimeter, slap it on a plastic workbench and think they're a technician. That's not going to happen. We're going to fix this thing up right, and we're going to get her all aligned, and gentlemen will be happy. We'll be back. All right, we're back with the radio. Just got finished doing a complete realignment on it. The golden screwdriver wizard that was in here, man, they had pots all bottomed out, these silver cans. I had to go in here and do a complete realignment on this thing. This is what happens when either you don't have the right tools for the job, or you don't know how to use the tools that you own. I got the signal generator going into it right now, and as you can hear, I've already realigned the receive. It's good to go. So we're fine there. Receive's all done up on it. Now we're going to go through the tune a little bit, and basically we'll start back off with the 100-watt slug. Let's get the key about where it was. So we'll start off there, and I'll show you what we got going on. I did leave his load down around, you know, we're going to put it about 6. That way, in case he goes into a yard or something, he can, you know, he'll be able to key it down a little bit, because all these export radios, you know, no matter what mod you do on them, when the dead key drops, the output also drops with them too. So it's just the nature of the radio. But here's a 100-watt slug. This is bird watts. 60 amp power supply is all I'm running on this radio. 4-pill lamp. Really needs to be more of a power supply, but it's good enough for me to tune with. We'll start off with frequency. As you see, pretty much dead nuts. When the radio heats up, it'll really take that 0, that 1, down to a 0. See, there you go. So, dead nuts on frequency. That's the deal with the export radios. You always adjust them just a hair higher, so they'll float right into frequency when they heat up. But back to our small dead key, and before, what was it doing? Maybe 50. Oh yeah, well, there's 100 in the corner, and that's bird watts. So what we're going to do is I'm going to remove the 100, and I'm going to go straight to the 500. Okay, I'm going to go straight to the 500. Now this is still on the low setting, so we're still about 6-7 watt dead key. Oh yeah, hello. So that looks about 180 to me, and that's on low. And here is here's pretty much all the way up. So about a 200 watt dead key. I wouldn't really push the radio no further than that. You know, with a 4-pill in it, I mean, it's still going to be fine, but it's the other circuitry in the radio that concerns me. So I really wouldn't go over that. But here you go. So 330, 340-ish, somewhere in there, you know, give or take a few watts. You know, kind of really hard to get to the nitty-gritty, but we're going to say it's probably a good 330. You know, I've seen it duck a little higher here and there. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to pull the 500 out, okay, and I'm going to go straight to the 1000. Now every time you go to a higher slug, you seem to see a little bit different readings, but still right around 200. Oh yeah, hello. So as you see, that's 320. So it's a little tighter. Now we're going to go to peak setting. So I click the button in. Oh yeah. Uh-oh, I think my batteries are dead. We will be back here in just a second. Let me check these batteries in this thing, because it's got 2 9-volters in it, and I guarantee you, I leave the meter on sometimes on accident, and it kills the battery. So I'll be right back. That was a little embarrassing. One battery still showing about 8.3, but this job right here, she's showing 3 volts, man. That's no good. So we replaced it with a fresh battery. That's the only downfall with these bird meters. If you forget to turn that peak setting off, she'll drain them batteries down. But here we go, back on the 1000-watt slug, showing you some peak watts out of this 34, what is it, 43 300. Oh yeah, hello, 1 2 3 700. So not bad. He'll see more out of it in his vehicle. Oh yeah, my leads are getting warm. So, you know, 60 amp power supply, tied in some clip-on leads, probably not enough. I'm sure he'll see more out of it in his rig. But there you go. One Connex 3400 fixed. And just to let you know on the repair, it was a loose solder joint. It was pretty much because somebody got wax up into the solder. Once I cleaned all that mess up and unboogered it and soldered it correctly, the radio went back to working flawlessly. I retuned everything out, realigned, transmit, receive, frequency. Radio's good to go. Put the tune on it, the Stickman modification tune, and she's good to go. Hope y'all enjoy. Have a great day. Stickman 73s.
Oh,